guys, it's Jessii Vee, and today, once again, I'm going to be talking about a very creepy unsolved mystery from history. This one takes place in 1855, and I chose it because it does take place in winter, and I feel like that's kind of the vibe right now. I really want to go into like Christmas or winter unsolved mysteries. Just imagine waking up in the morning, going outside your house, and seeing these creepy footprints in the snow all around you, in your backyard, your front yard, up on your porch, up the side of your house. And that was a real thing that happened to thousands of people all in one night. So I'm gonna get into that in just a second, but first I do have a few announcements to make. The first is that because it's currently Sunday, there's still 2 more days of 25% off everything on our website. So today and tomorrow, and that includes the Christmas mystery boxes. So I'm gonna do a very quick unboxing for those of you that did not see my previous video. First, we have the cutest Pom Pal. This is our snowflake Pom Pal. Look at his face. He's ready to go home with you. Then we have the legend of the snowflake ornament. I love this packaging. You open it up like a book, and inside you see your ornament. Then we have our snowflake lantern. So it turns on. It's gonna be hard to see while I'm in the light, but it's not just any kind of lantern. It actually projects onto the surface that it's on. As you can see, there's a snowflake. You see it much better in the dark. I think this is my favorite item. This is our hot chocolate lip gloss or lip balm. It comes in 2 different flavors / scents, and I love how it's quite literally a mini version of a hot chocolate cup. It's so cute, and to put it on, you just take the lid off. Then we have custom Jessii Vee socks, and it's literally snowing pizza. I designed these myself. I love them. I love pizza. I love winter and Christmas, so why not combine them? We have these really pretty snowflake hairpins, and then another mystery item is we have 3 different gnome earrings, and all their hats are different designs and patterns. So guys, like I said, it is 25% off. I will link it down below in the description. Then I want to give a huge shout out to Black Bear Ridge. My family and I stayed at the Wallace House on their property. It was absolutely gorgeous. The interior design was flawless. I loved all the artwork on the walls. I loved all the furniture, the way it was set up. It's such a large space. You can take your whole entire family, and it's right on a golf course. So I will put a link down below in the description so you can check them out. Thank you so much to Black Bear Ridge. We loved the Wallace House and would for sure go back there again. And a last announcement. I know this is like announcement day. We have a bunch of new schools to shout out that have YANA groups. Riverfield Country Day School, Western Heights 9th Grade Center, North Saginaw Charter Academy, Ripley Middle School, Maces Lane Middle School, Ripley Union Lewis Huntington Elementary School. And I also want to give a huge shout out to Bridget, who is the YANA team leader of College of Adaptive Arts, one of our most active YANA group members, so thank you so much. Okay, so without further ado, let's get right into today's video about the footprint mystery of 1855. There was an extraordinary trail of imprints in the snow in southwest England that materialized over the course of the night of the 9th of February 1855. There had been a very heavy snowfall that night, and when people woke up in the morning, they saw that the prints looked as though they had been created by cloven hooves. And at first you might think, okay, Jess, these were probably created by animals. Elks, deers. There are a lot of animals that roam through the snow at night, and I get that. But here is what is so strange about this discovery. The trail of hooves could be seen for 100 miles. They were found in fields and lanes, and they scaled rooftops and jumped up drain pipes. And they were undeterred by solid objects like haystacks or walls. They could even suddenly jump across an icy river. Now, animals obviously can't climb walls. They are not Spider-Man. Like, people would literally be following a trail of these strange hooves, and suddenly they would go up the side of the house at a 90-degree angle. It was the most bizarre thing that anyone had ever seen. One farmer recounted these footprints stopping on one side of a haystack only to restart on the other with the stack untouched. They would suddenly go through gardens with high fences. People had backyard with giant fences, and they'd see the footprints start, and then suddenly they were on the other side of the fence. These these footprint trails were everywhere in places that it would literally be impossible. Imagine waking up in the morning and seeing these strange footprints all on your front lawn, and you're following it, and suddenly they go straight up the side of your house, onto your roof, down the other side, maybe over your car, maybe up a tree. I mean, it was just crazy. And because it was so utterly unexplainable, people named this phenomenon the devil's footprints because they deemed it must have been done by something not of this earth. The cloven hoof shape of the devil's footprints were said to resemble those of a donkey, but the gait was not that of a four-legged animal. People believed that these belonged to a two-legged creature. So something that would literally walk around like a human. Right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot. Each of the devil's hoof prints measured about 3 inches wide and 4 inches long, which is not dissimilar to that of a donkey's, but the steps were extremely small. When donkeys walk, there's like a huge gap in between each one, but it says the steps, however, were extremely small, spaced between 8 and 16 inches apart, and they were in single file, which is so weird. So let's talk about the theories that people have come up with. The first theory is that it was all a hoax. While everyone was sleeping, a bunch of people went out there and just like made these hoof prints all over the place, made them go up walls, made them go in weird places. But the only issue with that idea is that how could someone do that and go 100 miles in a span of one night? And how were they able to go up the side of very large houses, over fences? It would take like weeks to pull that off properly. Another theory is that it really was just animals, and several types of animals have been thought to have created these footprints. We have cats, hares, mice, and badgers, because smaller animals can scale walls sometimes, or areas that are harder for larger animals to reach. Some even say that it was a kangaroo that had escaped from a private zoo in Exmouth, England. Birds have often been suggested too, especially as flight would account for the gaps in prints. But the thing is, all of these animals I just mentioned don't have hoof prints. You know what I mean? So I feel like people are forgetting about that part of it. There have been those who have attributed the marks to UFOs and sea monsters, although without much traction. And there's just not enough evidence to figure out what happened, especially back in 1855. They didn't have like proper investigations to do. They didn't have enough sources to really figure out who did this or what did this. So to this day, it is deemed unsolved because they really have no idea what happened. And when people think back on this event, they really do attribute it to the supernatural. Something more sinister walked around in the middle of the night and freaked people out in the morning. When I heard about this, I was just flabbergasted as to how this could have happened. So I had to come on here and tell you guys. It's not the longest story in the world, but it's still a very mysterious one. And if you want me to do more videos about unsolved mysteries from history, definitely give this video a thumbs up and let me know, and maybe comment one down below that you want me to cover. And don't forget to check out our 25% off sale. I've put the link down below in the description. But I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!